And they're amazing people. They're great people. They want to see our country be great again. And no politician's going to be able to do that.
Now, President Obama is talking about you in Ethiopia. First of all, he's talking about Governor Mike Huckabee. He was critical of Governor Mike Huckabee about the comment about the Holocaust and the ovens and the Iran deal. Where do you stand on that?
I mean, I'm okay with it. I think he's a very good guy, Huckabee, by the way, and I'm really okay with it. I see some people are, saying, oh, the tone, and I saw Jeb Bush, who I think is also a nice person, but it's not about tone. I mean, they're chopping off Christians' heads in Syria and lots of other places, and we're worried about tone. I think what Mike has done is he's hit a nerve, and he's made people think a little bit. If he says it nice and softly, maybe that's not the way it is. Look, this deal with Iran is a terrible deal. And if they do, because I think it's going to lead to nuclear proliferation more than anything else.
You tweeted that.
I said it. I think everyone else is going to start to arm with nuclear, and that will happen, and it could happen fairly quickly. I think it's a disastrous deal. I think it's an incompetently done deal. And the smallest part of it, but still important psychologically, we don't even get our 4 people back. We get nothing. We get nothing. They got a couple of years ago a nuclear scientist back. We get nothing. And the theory was, because they said, how come? We don't get them because they said it was too complicated to ask. Too complicated. They didn't read the Art of the Deal, by the way. But you think of it, too complicated to say, fellas, give us our prisoners back. We want them back. That's all you have to do. That's not complicated.
So what would you do? I mean, what President Obama says that they're 2 or 3 months away from a nuclear weapon. If we don't have a deal, that they will get a nuclear weapon.
Well, the time to do it would have been earlier, where you double up the sanctions.
All right. Well, in light of the fact that we are where we are.
Look, okay, let's not play games. You cannot let them have a nuclear weapon, okay? Now, if you have to do something that's very stringent and very strong, then you have to do it. Now, from what I hear, everybody knew that Bush was not going to attack. The Persians are great negotiators. The Iranians are great negotiators. They're fabulous negotiators. Once they knew there would be no attack, because Bush let it be known he wasn't attacking, they felt 100% certain that there was going to be no attack under Bush. Under Obama, they felt 1,000% certain that there was once there was no threat of an attack, they took us to the cleaners. They took us absolutely, Greta, to the cleaners, because they had no downside.
So where, if you were president today, where would you take it from here? What would you do?
Well, I wouldn't have made the deal.
I got that.
Yeah, but you can't put me in that position.
Well,
this guy has put us in such.
You're going to be in that position.
He's put us in such a bad light. The one thing I do, assuming it's going to pass, which everybody tells me it's going to pass, what I'm surprised at is that I actually thought that Israel had more power over some of these guys, like Senator Schumer. He's rolling over for Obama. I know him very well. And he's rolling over for Obama, and that actually surprises me. You would think that Israel would put tremendous pressure on Senator Schumer not to allow this deal to happen, because he can kill the deal. Schumer can kill the deal, but it's a very sad situation for this country, and a very dangerous situation for us, but in particular for Israel. Israel's right. This is a disaster for them.
All right, but it looks like there's a good shot that it's going to happen. And if you become president...
I inherit a bad deal.
Okay, so you
I've inherited many bad deals. Right. I like to inherit bad deals. This is one I don't love inheriting. I would do inspections so carefully, so thoroughly, and if they make one mistake, boom, they have got problems. And they're going to have to know that the consequences are really serious. We're not talking about, oh, gee, with sanctions, and the consequences are serious, because they're very close to having the bomb right now. They're very close to having it as we speak. All during this long tap-tap negotiation, they've been working on this. These are smart people. They've been working on this. I mean, did you ever see a deal take so long? Finally, the deal gets done. It's a horrible deal. They go and they celebrate the deal in the streets of Iran, and our people are devastated, because the most basic young student knows this is a bad deal.
Well, why do you think President Obama and Secretary Kerry like it?
Maybe they're not bright. Maybe they don't. I mean, I've watched Kerry negotiating, and I said to people, is he bright? Is he an intelligent man? Maybe they're not bright. There's something wrong with them. As an example, why not say, like, it can't be 24 days. It's got to be like, we have to go in immediately. The time, right, anytime, anywhere. But
what they say is that you can't dismantle in 24 days while leaving some fingerprints of a program.
Of course you can. 24 days. Don't forget, the 24 days doesn't start for a long period. Because you have to give them notification, and then there's a whole process, and then the 24 days kicks in. This thing could take a long time. Of course they can do. You know, to have almost like a month to do what they can do nowadays with movement and getting things nice and clean, and then they'll paint the floor, nice battleship gray, and everything will look beautiful, and you say, oh gee, nothing's happening here. You gotta give me a break. It's ridiculous. Why 24 days? Why so long? But it's not even the 24 days, it's a process before you even get to the beginning of the 24